welcome back to the YouTube channel. So why would you watch this video? If you've experienced some stagnation in your business, then this might be the video just for you. I don't know why, but in the last few months, I've had quite a few conversations with people who have been entrepreneurs for a while now, and they've grown their businesses sometimes to making millions in revenue per year, sometimes making businesses who are doing tens of millions of revenue per year. So there's no like, oh, this at this level, this happens. It can be very different based on the industry, what they do and so on. But at some point in that entrepreneurial journey, they started to hit a barrier and they don't know how to go past that barrier. And this is by far not the only reason why that happens. There are other reasons as well, but this one seems to be on repeat quite often. And it's the lack of their own personal development. And again, we go back to that firehouse thingy where in the firehouse you do a whole lot of different things. One of them is also work on your own personal development. And what I mean by that is you can read books, you can watch podcasts, you can work with a coach, you can join group coachings, you can work with a consultant, you join masterminds, and you take some time to actually work on your personal development. Just the other day, I was part of a networking group, and they had this conversation where I think it was like about 15 participants, and everybody was like, oh yeah, I buy so many books, I read so many books. And I said, well, can I offer a bit different perspective? I used to be the person who was reading one book a week or one book every 2 weeks. I was going through books like crazy on Kindle, on iPad, books that I bought on just paper books, audio books, and so on. So I was constantly reading. The thing was, I wasn't doing anything with the stuff that I read. Like, nada. And so I don't know how it even happened. At some point I had this aha moment that I have all this knowledge, but I'm not using that knowledge. And from there on, I developed a different approach. So now I might just read 1 or 2 books every year, but when I do read them, I go through them very slowly with pen and paper next to me, and I make actionable steps, notes, and then I go and I implement that stuff. And you know, no shit, a whole lot of great stuff has happened since I've started doing it that way. So it's not really about the quantity, it's more about the quality of what you read and what you actually implement. And I know I've talked about this before on this YouTube channel, but I remember when I started learning salsa, and on the first day the teacher said, if you're just going to come here once a week for an hour and a half, I don't know how long that class was, it will take you months, maybe even years before you will know how to dance. But if you come to a class and then you go out there and you make fool out of yourself because you only know the basic steps, left turn, right turn, and nothing else, and you just practice that 3-4 times a week for an hour, hour and a half before you come to the next session, you will speed up your development incredibly. And I did that, and in just, I don't know, 3-4 months, I was dancing like crazy, and it all became so easy and so fluent. And the same thing goes with books. If you're just going to read many books but then not apply any of that stuff that you read and not create some actionable steps out of it, none of that will really matter. It will be just in your head, and you know, at some point you reach a point where you know you have such an overload of information that you can't really even add more knowledge, or when you add more knowledge, the old knowledge goes out the door. So it's very important that you implement. So whatever you're doing, make sure if that's reading books, podcasts, like whenever you are absorbing new knowledge, working with a coach, with a consultant, like our best clients are clients who go through recordings of our sessions. So we do a session, they get the recording, they go through the recording very slowly with pen and paper, make notes, make actionable steps, and then they make sure that they implement. And next time when they come, we add some new stuff. They go out there, implement. Those are the ones who are progressing 10 times faster than people who just come to the session. You talk about things and then they forget everything until the next session. I mean, they don't act on it until the next session, and usually those relationships don't last for very long, versus the ones who actually implement stuff. Then that relationship lasts longer because they get the actual value out of talking with us. So personal development is very, very important, because in my belief is your company can't grow if you aren't growing. Now, let me say that again. If you're not growing, your company can't grow. And I strongly, firmly stand behind that. Because if you are not developing yourself first, and you know, some people think, oh, when my company grows, then I will take some time and do this and go to an event or, you know, whatever. But it doesn't happen like that. It always starts within you. You grow, and then things start manifesting around you. And I know for some it will be a little bit woo-woo when I say this stuff, but that's just how it is. That's how I'm seeing it, not just with myself, but with all the entrepreneurs that I'm talking to. When they stop growing, their company stops at certain level and they can't go past that. When they start working on their own personal development, a little bit later, things start happening in their businesses and they start growing again. So take personal development very seriously. I know that a lot of entrepreneurs, oh, I just need business development, but take personal development seriously. Develop yourself, work on your emotional intelligence. That's an ongoing thing. You can never reach, oh, now I know everything. Well, you might know everything about emotional intelligence, but it's so much more when you practice it. And I think we will practice emotional intelligence until the day we die, regardless how much time you develop to studying emotional intelligence. Communication skills, conflict resolution, becoming a better at human psychology so that you can read people better, your employees, your clients, business partners, competitors, and so on. So a lot of personal development is on the softer topics, not so much on the hard topics, but also, you know, become better at understanding the finances and how to read financial reports and systems and processes, and your own energy level management and time management and so on. So it really goes back to you. When you do those things, a lot of those can be implemented in the business as well, and as you grow, your business will grow. Sometimes you can do things on your own. It will take longer. Sometimes you can get some help by, you know, reaching out to a potential mentor or going for a mastermind or hiring a coach, consultant. That will just speed up the whole thing. But it will only speed up the whole thing if you do in between sessions or masterminds or whatever, if you implement things, if you create an actionable list of things that you have to do, and then implement that into your daily lives, into your daily routines, and that will then create a compounding effect on how you grow, And then when you grow, your business grows. I know I'm just like repeating myself, so I better stop with this video. But it's such an important topic because I see that so many people just don't prioritize personal development. They don't prioritize firehouse time. They don't prioritize doing the stuff that they've learned, taking action. And they are just like hoarding knowledge, and then they are unhappy because they don't see any effects of that, and you can't see if you don't do shit. And because of that, I felt it's very important for me to do this video to stress how important this stuff is, so that hopefully I can shift something in you, and when you pick up your next book, you will read it slowly and take notes and then implement that stuff. Or when you will go to your next networking event, or when you will have your next session with your coach or something, you will actually be present, you will create actionable things, and then you will hold yourself accountable to actually implement that stuff. Otherwise, shit ain't going to happen. And you know, you can blame whoever you want, but at the end of the day, you can only blame yourself if you are not where you want to be, because you are not prioritizing yourself, your personal development, and then as the result of that, your business development. Yeah, I think this is long enough for this video. So take good care, everybody. Feel free to let me know in the comments what's your opinion on this, what's your experience on that. Connect with me on LinkedIn, let's have discussion there. And all in all, I just wish you a pleasant day, and yeah, you go out there and you walk the talk. Take care.